Picture it. It's 2010. I have 2 little babies upstairs with a nanny. I'm in the basement with 5 million sticky notes, a couple of employees, and a whole lot of overwhelm. I've been there. There are so many moving parts to running an interior design business, and it can literally squish you if you're not careful. Hang out with me. We're going to talk about 3 ways to make sure that you avoid overwhelm. We'll raise a glass while we think tank how to get your business in shape for more financial freedom, more creative freedom, and more free time for you. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Zips. Cheers. So one of the most important things to avoid overwhelm is to not just fall into your day and accidentally spend it chasing down emails, checking your phone, doing what's on fire in front of you instead of what's really, truly important, right? So if you don't have a plan for your day will just take you and it'll take you wherever it wants to go, right? So when you make a plan for your day instead, you are putting what's most important first. So for instance, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Give your email login information to your assistant and stop going to your email first thing, okay? Know that your assistant is going to be checking your email and is going to be sending you anything that's of high importance and on fire for immediate action. The rest can wait until 4 o'clock this afternoon when once your important things are done, you can then pop in and reply to friends and family, check in on what's going on, all the things, right? Read your favorite newsletter from your favorite person, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but how do you make sure that you're doing what's important to you? So many things, right? Annual plan turns into quarterly goals, turns into, for me, a daily timesheet. My daily timesheet has my 3 most important things to accomplish today. Often, it's even just down to 1 most important thing to accomplish. What we know for sure is that we focus on our very big goals and the things that are most important and that are going to move our business forward first, we actually attain those goals. The things that the CFAs that need to get approved and the follow-up that needs to get done and the client that needs an answer to a question and the contractor that needs, they're all gonna get done because they always do get done. But I know you know this example, but if you put all the little fuzzy stuff in, all the little pebbles in the sand and the water, all the little stuff that comes at you all day long in first, your rocks won't fit, right? The rocks are the big important things that are gonna move your business forward. But if you flip it and you put your rocks in first, the sand and the pebbles and the water will fill in the room around it. I'm gonna think about who that example was from and we'll attach it in our notes below. But there is a really wonderful lesson there in always knowing your goals, knowing where you're going, chunking them down into quarterly, chunking them down into daily. The way that you really attain things is measurable, chunking, setting goals, doing what's important first. It's literally life-changing. So let's go back to 2010. Me in the basement, 2 little kids upstairs, just taking the work as it comes, doing what's in front of me, really working around the clock. There are so many times that I put the kids to bed, finished dinner with my husband, cleaned up the kitchen, and went back down into that basement to work until 1 o'clock in the morning because I just didn't know how to get ahead of it. The work was coming fast and furious, and I did not have a better way. Fast forward to, 5 years after that, task management system, clear processes defined, clarifying and delegating to a team, scale, right? Able to take on more clients. I'm leaving work at 4 o'clock to go watch the soccer game. Like all of a sudden, I'm present in my kid's life. I'm not going back to work and working all kinds of crazy hours. And it's because we got systematized. You can write down the procedure all you want, but if it's on sticky notes or on paper, it's really hard to duplicate and delegate that to someone else. Our task management software saved my life, and it's really created the basis for incredible scale and no overwhelm whatsoever. So we love Asana, but there's all kinds of different task management systems out there. Do a bunch of demos, find the one that's right for you. It will literally save your life. So one of the most important things that you can do as the CEO of a business is clarify and delegate. When you are the person who does everything, you are unable to really truly sit in your CEO role. When you are faxing things and filing things and following up on things and approving the CFAs and running over to the job site to paint up the swatch samples, you are not looking at the business strategically. You are not growing. You are not making it rain and going out and finding the next client, right? You're not creating groups where you're getting to know the new vendors in town and the new trades, and you're not networking to find the great clients. So if you're going to stay in the CEO role, which is a very full role, there's a lot to be done. If you're truly being a CEO, you have to get out of the weeds. Okay? So it is so important to clarify what needs to be done and get it off your plate, delegate it out. And again, that doesn't mean that you have to hire a bunch of employees. You can work with virtual assistants, you can work with freelancers, you can work with experts at different companies, you can, outsource your bookkeeping, outsource your expediting. You can outsource proposals. Once you've selected what needs to be proposed, there are people and firms and ways to get that work off of your plate and out of your way so that you can keep CEOing. I think that's worthy of cheers. Yes? So I completely understand that it's hard to see how you could get yourself out of overwhelm when there's just so much on your plate. From the kids to the parents to the business to the team to all those clients and all those vendors and trades that all need to hear back from you. It is possible. There are so many better ways to lay down processes, procedures, use tools, and really it's the mindset that you can do more and be more effective if you take those tools and you take that help, right? That help from experts, freelancers, employees, virtual assistants, whatever it is. It is so crazy important for a business owner to just understand that there is help out there and it's just a matter of finding it. If you're already in overwhelm, this is an amazing time to get practiced and get really good at saying no. So when you know who you want to work with and you know the next amazing client that you want to work with, like you have your ideal client in your head, you know what kind of projects you want to focus on, you are able to use that magic sentence, no, when something comes across your plate, an opportunity that isn't ideal. Okay, so this is so crazy important and it's very empowering. When you are already busy, this is the perfect time to say no to all the projects that come across your plate that are not the creme de la creme of what you're looking for. You know, you're already swamped. You can't really take on much more anyway. So use this as an exercise. Use this to practice your kind no. I use something so simple. We've decided not to take on your project. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was so nice to meet with you. That's it. Just no thank you. We're not doing it. There's no other explanation or reason needed. And what I will caution you to do is not say at this time or our pipeline is full or all of those little tiny white lies that make that no a little softer, because the truth is, if your perfect ideal client that you manifested because you wrote down exactly what the perfect dream job would be, if they walk through your door, you are going to figure out a way to say yes to them. So don't put the vibe out in the universe or the word out on the street that you're not currently taking on new projects, because I bet you if the right one shows up, you will. Leave room for the great projects and say no to all of the rest. Cheers to that. So the beautiful thing is, once we get you out of overwhelm, right? Using tools, delegating, clarifying, refining processes, saying no to the projects that aren't perfect for you, it's going to leave you plenty of time to totally lean into your role as CEO. And as CEO, you're going to lean into your strengths and of course develop those areas that you need to grow. If you're wondering where you should be leaning into strengths and where you should be growing, take my quiz. It's a great way to see just how you fit in the spectrum. Awesome. Talk soon. Cheers.